My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2024 Salem's Lot. And I was conflicted on this movie prior to watching it. On one hand, this movie was supposed to come out years ago. It has been on the shelf for a very long time, and now it's coming out straight to streaming. That had me concerned. But this movie is produced by James Wan, who, if you know me, is one of my favorite directors. And the movie is written and directed by Gary Doberman, who also directed Annabelle Comes Home, and I really like that movie. So I was hoping to love this movie, but unfortunately, I can see why it was shelved and put out straight to streaming. It's not terrible, but it's not good. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Lewis Pullman does do a really good job. He brought plenty of personality to his character, but the movie begins, and for the first act, he is clearly one of two main characters. But then the movie kind of shifts focus away from him. Well, he's still in the movie, but he doesn't feel as important, and I didn't like that. His performance is good. I just wish the movie handled his character better. Mackenzie Lee, I also thought did a really great job at first. She is charming, she is likable, she is sweet, and I like the romance that forms between her and Lewis Pullman's character. But just like Lewis Pullman, the movie doesn't focus on her as much for the last two acts, and she didn't feel as important as I feel like she should have been. And the romance, like I said, it's good to begin with, but then they're kind of just together, and I don't know, it just felt off to me. Jordan Preston Carter, I thought did a pretty decent job, but I'm just going to be honest that I thought this character had way too much plot armor. Some of the situations he escapes from and the way he's able to stop some vampires, I'm just really? I don't know. His performance is fine, but his character was a little too OP'd, overpowered. Bill Camp is an actor I like, and I thought he did a perfectly fine job. He brought some personality to his character. Alfie Woodard doesn't really have much to do. She's in the movie, but she's really underwritten. Pillow Ashback is an actor I like, and I just feel like this movie completely underuses him as well. He's in the movie, but he doesn't really have much of a presence. And Spencer Treat Clark from Gladiator and Unbreakable is in this movie, and I thought he did a fine job. So, the cast is good. It's just the handling of these characters that got me frustrated. You know, this movie is just under 2 hours long, but it felt like it was a 3 hour movie that got cut down to its current runtime. It feels like there's scenes missing, and as a result, I think the characters and the plot paid the price. There is one scene where there is all these characters working together to stop the vampires, and the movie wanted me to be invested in these characters and what they were trying to do, but I was just thinking, who are these people and why should I care? It just felt like there's an Act 1 to this movie. Well, it sets up some of the characters and some of the story. And then it feels like we skip all of Act 2, and now we're just in Act 3. Well, shit has escalated and things are happening, but you don't care. And I was just really disappointed by that aspect of the movie. In fact, that is what brings it down, because I am watching it and I'm like, oh, I love that plot beat and I love that scene. But together, the movie just fails, unfortunately. And I also wish the villain had more of a presence. And the movie is not scary. To be fair, I watched it this morning, but I covered the windows. I was still watching it in darkness, but no scene got me tense. No scene put me on the edge of my seat, so that was disappointing. But I also want to talk about what I did like about this movie, and there is some really well directed moments by Gary Doberman. I think he should stick to smaller scale movies, but he is talented. There's one scene early on of these characters walking in the woods, and it's just captured so perfectly. The entire climax is really well done, and I just love the way he uses sunlight and shadows in this movie. It's actually really impressive, and I also like how mean this movie can be. Like, nobody feels safe. Loved ones die, kids die. The movie is willing to go to that next level. So there is talent on display from the cast, from the director, and you can see a good story here, but it just feels like either in pre-production, production, post-production, somewhere someone decided to cut out a bunch of this movie and the movie suffers as a result. The plot isn't as effective as it could be. The character work isn't as good as it could be. And unfortunately, this movie just ends up being not good. So, Salem's Lot gets a 4 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Salem's Lot? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.